Hey guys, it's Alison Creamer, and I am here with one of my absolute favorite friends and guests. We met in an awkward way because I didn't want to like him and I didn't want to use him, but I'm here with James Walrod. He is with Veterans United, and James and I actually are not going to be beating you up today about loans and interest rates and all that boring stuff. We shared a wonderful experience this past year helping a family, and I just want to share why I think James Walrod specifically, because he's been at a couple different companies, but Veterans United, why I choose to ask my clients to give him a chance. So, James, I'm glad you're here today.
Hey, thanks for having me, Allison. Yeah. Always like to kind of start off with our fun compliance stuff. So James Walrod, Veterans United, my NMLS number is 260324. In case the compliance police are listening, we're in the clear.
So, yeah, and we'll put that in the comments too for you.
Cool,
James.
Thanks.
Just so that we don't miss it.
Yeah, so Alison and I had a really, really great kind of a client story, I feel like, from last year. We had some folks that were active duty military. They were moving from out of state. They had orders coming here, and we had spoken to them probably 18 months before they actually ever bought a house with us.
It was actually a Keller Williams agent-to-agent referral as well. So that's how I got introduced to them. Their agent, I think it was on the West Coast, had connected with me. They came for a weekend. She had a little toddler and was pregnant. And so it was a whirlwind weekend. They thought they were going to buy. And ultimately, it just kind of all collapsed on them. And they ended up renting because they had a home to sell. And just a lot of anxiety in that early transition, trying to figure out where they're going to live.
They had a lot going on. You know, like you said, they had a young son and a daughter on the way. And they had a home that they were kind of deciding, do we rent it? Do we sell it? How does that work with our plan if we buy a new house? And I think there was just enough uncertainty with good things and just unknowns for them that they kind of said, you know what, the time is not right for us to just jump into this market in this place that we've really just moved to and don't really know where to be. And Alison and I supported them 100% in that and said, well, listen, we'd like to be a resource for you. We'd like to help you along the way. And if there's anything that we can do, you know, just let us know. And they really took us up on that. They would reach out and say, what about this neighborhood? What about that neighborhood? To Allison. They reached out to me many times about what can we do to make sure that our credit is in the right place so that we get the most beneficial financing terms when the time comes. And then they asked me to talk to them about what does it look like if we rent this home that we currently own, and what does it look like if we sell it, and help us kind of weigh those options. And this was all while they were renting another house here in the area for about a year.
That's part of why I'm telling this story is I think buyers and sellers need to understand that this journey can start a year in advance, but they also have to pick the people that are going to go through that journey with them, that are going to be available to talk to them, that are committed to their career, that they are, easy to find, that, willing to take that long journey with them and build the relationship. And I think that's one reason why I absolutely love working with you. I mean, I think we've had clients mutually that we have kind of tag team on for year, 2 years sometimes. And you don't find that in this industry. You find a lot of people in sales that want, boom, quick done, 30-day buyer in the car, let's get to a closing because I got to pay my mortgage. I don't want to run my practice that way, and I know that you don't run your practice that way. So working with this couple validated to me my choice in working with you as a partner when it comes to referring my clients.
Absolutely. I mean, we want to do what's right for those folks, and quite honestly, if they never bought a house, that would have been okay with us too. We were happy to be a resource for them and help them really make the right decision for their family. A few months before they did purchase a home, which was actually last December timeframe, they kind of reached out to Alison and myself again and said, we appreciate that you guys have talked us through this and have kind of kept in touch with us. We feel like we know you well and can trust you, and we want to kind of dip our toes in this real estate market again, and let's talk about it. And it was really cool. I remember when the wife called me, she was quarterbacking a lot. Her husband has a really important job in the military and was not around sometimes. And I remember her calling and saying, hey, we took the advice on the things the couple of debts that we could pay down. And oh, by the way, we sold that house. Mm-hmm. And we've got a chunk of money that we could, put towards a new house, or is there a better place for it? And they were in so much of a better situation now than they were the year before when we had talked to them, and they could feel good about it, and you could sense the deep breath of we can do this, and this is the right time now, which was really cool.
Their home buying choices were so much greater. They were able to look at homes that they had envisioned themselves in rather than just settling because they were looking to make a quick decision. You know, so sometimes taking that step back and regrouping and taking the advice of the experts actually lowered their stress, gave them a bigger home and a better home than that they initially thought that they were going to be able to afford, which was wonderful for them.
Absolutely. It was really easy for them at that point. So before, when they owned the other house and were kind of uncertain about some things, we said, well, you definitely qualify. But it wasn't quite where they really wanted to be.
And the stress, though, of owning two homes and just trying to figure that juggle out for them was too much.
Absolutely. And once that other house was gone and they had moved here and lived here a year and said, this is home and we love it here, they knew some of the neighborhoods, they knew kind of where they wanted to be, and it was so easy for them to kind of just then get out there and find the exact right house, which is what's so important. I remember sitting with them the day of closing. They were happy. They got some money back at closing. The payment was right where they wanted it to be. Got all their closing costs paid for by the seller, thanks to Alison, and it was just a really, really great transaction for us. And we still to this day keep up with these folks and keep up with their family as well.
Yeah, we're both connected to them on Facebook. I'm sure. She just, I think the new baby is here.
Yeah, number 3.
Number 3. I'm so happy for them. I wish we could share who they are. We'll let them decide if they want to tag this post and share who they are. But this is the other side of the story that I love. So Veterans United, initially when James went to that company, I'm like, oh man, some kind of cheesy, half kind of company. I'd never heard of them before. And I trusted James to make wise decisions in his career, and I figured, you know what, if he thinks this is something that is good, I trust him because he's always made good choices for my clients when helping them. So we continued to partner up as far as referring clients to James for opinions, and lo and behold, we were selected through Veterans United program last December to offer one of our clients a gift. So James had called me and said, hey, guess what? This couple's been selected to receive something. We need to know what that something should be. And so James and I talked about it, and I think we ultimately figured a weekend at Great Wolf Lodge
absolutely
was what they needed. I knew her husband was coming back from deployment. The little ones were excited to see their dad, and we felt like they had been through enough of a transition, and they needed that fun break as a family.
Yeah, so one thing I love about Veterans United is it's really a company that has a soul, and it's one thing that attracted me to them. There's a lot of really neat things that we do in the community that are not mortgage related. We want to be a partner in the community. We want to do the right things by people. And we have a really great marketing department, and we have a really great foundation that just has a lot of heart. And so we kind of got some instruction from our corporate office. We're the local branch in Virginia Beach, and our corporate office reached out and said, listen, we want to have a local family where every one of our local branches is, and we want to make them a Christmas family. So is there anybody that you know, they didn't have to be somebody that had purchased with us or not, anybody that we just know in the community that maybe has a parent, a mom or a dad who's been deployed or been out of town, kids that just would really love, something special, something extra. And I thought of this family immediately. They were just such great folks, and I'd spent so much time with them. And again, like I said, Dad had just been out of town a ton, and he always had a great spirit about him, but he would mention, man, work is really dragging on me, and I'm missing out on the family, and I'm happy that I finally got a little bit of time that I can spend with the family around the holidays. And so I submitted them as one of the many names that our branch submitted, and they got selected to be our Christmas family, which was really cool. Yeah. So
I think I wasn't able to attend, but you and my business partner at the time had shown up with a gift basket for them. Yeah. And little Great Wolf Lodge stuffed animals or something, and presented that with them. And I know that they, her heart is just an adorable, big, gracious heart. But I know that probably meant so much to them for the memories, to be able to spend that time with their kids.
They were so grateful, and it was so cool to kind of go to the house. They had their Christmas tree getting put up. They had, boxes everywhere because they were still kind of unpacking. But it was really, really kind of a cherry on top, especially for these great folks to be able to go there. And they gave us the tour, and the kids were running around and showing us their bedroom, and we're just so excited and so appreciative. And it was really a great ending to a great story.
Well, I want our listeners to take from this, choosing a good company is important. You want to have a good brand, a recognizable format and platform, because the brand is what helps support the lender. But you also want to choose the right lender, somebody that is going to, take the long haul with you, is going to be there as an advocate and help you along the way and not feel like you're bothering them. So I wanted to use this opportunity to, let people know that if you are interested in talking to somebody in the mortgage industry, whether you're buying a house or not, whether you use me or not, I think offering James an opportunity of that conversation and building that relationship, because not only you as an individual do an amazing job, but you have a very good company behind you that supports you. And even though it says Veterans United, it is focused on the veterans, but that's not the only client that you service.
Absolutely. We can help anyone. We're a full service mortgage company. So we can do your first time home buyer programs. We can do an FHA loan, a conventional loan, and of course, we love doing the VA loan. We really appreciate our clients. We really appreciate our service members here in the area, and we want to be that local resource for them to help them buy that house and help them know that they can trust somebody, know that we care, and know that we're there for them and are going to make sure that they do the right thing for themselves.
Well, I hope to build more stories like this. I know that you are committed to be a regular person on the podcast. So at least once a month, every 4 to 6 weeks, we're going to be hearing from you. So we're going to tie in some stories. Occasionally, we're going to tie in some programs that people might want to take advantage of, or even things that are going to be expiring.
Sure.
A lot of times we announce a program, but we don't say, hey, it's just about to end. You might want to get in before it's gone. So I appreciate you coming in.
Thanks for having me.
I look forward to having many more fun podcast dates with you.
All right. Look forward to it.